Yeah, everyone, welcome back to a brand new stream here on the MaxTag HD YouTube channel. We are back once again for a little bit of Premier League content this time. Championship will be coming back eventually, however, that won't be till tomorrow and Tuesday. But today we're switching it up, going back to Premier League statuses, and joining me is Hanno. How you doing, Hanno?
I'm doing good, Max. Yourself?
I'm doing decently well after hearing the news that Hull City have had pre-season wins today. So basically it's just going to be us talking about the teams in the Premier League, where they finished last season, how the transfers that have been completed so far and have been rumoured, and also where we predict the club will finish next season, and also the predicted shining star of the transfers. So this show is going to be followed by tomorrow night's stream, which will be the Championship Roundup show, which will occur at around maybe 7 o'clock. Same with, different with League One and League Two. That'll be around 5:30, and then on Tuesday, because that's on Sunday, on Monday, sorry, and then on Tuesday it'll be Tigers Talk with Foxes to ruin chance of silverware for Hull as we take on Leicester in the Corendon Cup final. So let's get straight into it then. So immediately we start off with the last season position finish for each club. Well, not each club, but for as many clubs as we can bother to get through. So it's obviously was a tough season last year for many people and many teams. I can say it's safe to say that Chelsea were one of those when they started at the top of the table. And we have another guest. Welcome, Nipun Sharma. Hello, of Nipun or NS Sports TV. So Nipun is here. How are you doing, Nipun?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. So Nipun, if you're not clear already, I don't know whether I told you fully what we're doing. So basically, we're going to go through the last season in the table position finish for our clubs. Well, some clubs, transfers that have come through, shining stars next year, and then the predicted finish for the club next season. So we're going to start off with last season position finish for the clubs. We'll obviously start with the main one, Chelsea, as there is 2 Chelsea fans on here, obviously. But yeah, so Chelsea obviously finishing in 4th. Not 4th, 3rd. Sorry. Jesus Christ, I'm out of my mind now.
It's not as a lot of Chelsea fans think.
But I can say that Chelsea have been doing a little bit of business, which we'll get on to. But Chelsea last season finishing 3rd, I mean, it wasn't really a surprise to me. It was obvious they were going to finish in the top 4 after the seasons they've been having. And then obviously the bounce back from the little bit of a deplete in points after the getting to the top of the table mark. So finished 3rd. It's not an overall bad position. Obviously, I wasn't paying much attention to Chelsea because, flag behind me says it all. But I'm going to go to Nipun first. Nipun, your opinions on Chelsea last season. Was it a solid performance? Were you happy with it? Were you kind of angry with it? But then on the same side, you were also glad that you didn't finish below Manchester United.
Look, for me, finishing below or above doesn't matter so long as you win, unless you finish first. That's all that matters to me.
No, I mean, it's something.
We finished above Man United. Man United finished above us. Yeah, what a trophy for Man United.
Oh, Manchester United are going to be devastating this year, I feel like. But we'll move on. We'll get on to that later. But I mean, Hanno, Chelsea's performance last season, it wasn't the worst, but it wasn't the greatest, of course. You were at the top for quite a bit of time in the Premier League. Liverpool then obviously drawing 2-2 with you eventually at Anfield. There was many games in that season that you could probably have done a little bit better in. The question is, what are your opinions on Chelsea's season last year? Because it was a little bit of a roller coaster, if you will say so.
Yeah, it was a roller coaster. I thought we were going to win the league. I thought I can rub it in Liverpool fans' faces. Just because Liverpool fans are so annoying.
Oh, believe me.
But yeah,
City fans were just as bad.
well, there's not much of them, so it's all right because they
You
like.
what? You what? You what? You what? There's not many City fans. Let me think. There's about 60,000 of them. See, this is the thing. People say City don't have many fans. Are you having a laugh? Are you having a laugh? They feel like
Okay,
I mean they don't fill out the ground every time, but no, it's nothing against you. This isn't against you this time. This is just saying to everyone in the chat.
Let me rephrase that. City fans, where I live in South Africa, there's not many.
I'm laughing at people who say we're going to win the league last year, yet then they were getting so arrogant when Aston Villa went 2-0 up. Got to 3-2. It's like, have that. It's like, City might not fill out all the ground at the same time like Manchester United and a couple of others, and then obviously may not be the loudest atmosphere in the Premier League, but like atmosphere doesn't really matter. It's the winning games that matter at this point.
Atmosphere is overrated.
The thing is with the last season for Chelsea, going back to Chelsea though, the season for you, like you've come off the back of a Champions League victory, which was obviously great for you. Obviously, the highlight of that was Kai Havertz saying, "To be honest, I really don't give a fuck. We just won the Champions League," which I thought was very, very hilarious. Considering next season was going to be a pain in the ass for them off years. So the last season for me, it was just one of those seasons where Chelsea, it's expected really for Chelsea. I expected in the terms of where they finished. Like I always thought that I said from the start they'll finish like third or fourth. Like there's not a chance they'll get in top two. You did get in top two, which was a piss take because we were sat in second or third, whichever place we were.
Are you Liverpool or Man City?
City.
Because where you were supporting Liverpool in the Champions League final.
That's in the final. That's in the final. You do realise that many people hate Real Madrid, right?
Oh, you hate Real Madrid?
Yeah. What do you expect? They beat City after a fucking... I mean, it wasn't really their fault.
But... Okay, so who do you support? City or Liverpool?
Well, City. See? City.
Yeah.
Got him. Anyway.
I hate Real Madrid with a passion.
I'm not surprised, and yes, you've told me many times.
There are only two clubs I hate more than Real Madrid. Celtic, or I would say Celshit, and Arsenal. Those are the only two clubs I hate more than Real Madrid.
So why Arsenal then? I've never heard your Arsenal thing. I know about Celtic because you obviously support Rangers, but what's Arsenal got to you? Is it just their fans being assholes? Or
yeah, their fan bases are a bunch of a lot of them, not all of them. They're so annoying.
Most of them are, yeah, and most of them just complain all the fucking time. Really. Check out AFTV, not the worst channel in the world. It's actually a very good channel. They've got very good people on there. However, sometimes they're so very negative and very annoying because they keep repeating what they're saying. Rip Claude, by the way. But yeah, I mean, for Chelsea to finish where they were, I mean, it was kind of logical thinking to say where they were going to finish where they did. Finishing third, it's not bad. I mean, it's obviously you want to get to the top of the league, but I mean, Spurs didn't beat you to third, so there's something.
Look, I was more worried about Arsenal beating us to third.
I'm sorry, but if Arsenal didn't slip up against Newcastle, then they would have probably run past your ass. They would be like, thank you.
Thank fuck they did. Otherwise, my summer would have been ruined.
Your summer would be like, what do I do?
Yeah.
Do I kick the shit out of Chelsea Football Club on my channel for like 5 seconds and then be nice to them, or what do I do? What do I do? But no, I mean, I said you'd finish third or fourth at the start of last season, and I was right because you did finish third. I was kind of surprised when you went first, and then you drew to Liverpool. I was like, right, this is going to turn very interesting for Chelsea.
I think if we hadn't had those 2 injuries, we'd be in the title race for longer. I don't think we would have won it, but we'd have been in it longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was Ben Chilwell or something that got that
Chilwell, James.
And James. But I mean, it was Chilwell who got it first, I think, as well. But he was a big misty for the first half, the second half of the season. But I mean, if we look at Chelsea's performances, you've done well. I mean, obviously the Arsenal game was very hilarious. But I mean, you have to,
match day 2. This is how shit Arsenal are. I'm sorry, I'm going on an Arsenal bashing session here. This is how shit Arsenal are. When we played them on the second game of the season, Romelu, look, if you have Romelu Lukaku turning into prime Didier Drogba and that's how you know your defense is so shit. And even let's not get it twisted. Arsenal weren't that great in the game. They thrashed us 4-0. Sorry, 4-2. Man,
Jesus Christ, you're putting your club even further down.
Timo Werner scored in that game. Let that sink in. Man like Timo Werner.
Hey, put some.
Imagine letting 2 of the worst strikers in our team score against you.
Turtle Timo. Anyway, I mean, he was a decent player. No, he's not. It's just like Jadon Sancho at the minute until this season arises. But yeah, it was.
Will explode next season.
I mean, it's just the same old season really for Chelsea, in my opinion. I mean, obviously, it was good winning the Champions League and stuff. But then the Carabao Cup happened and you bottled it on penalties because of a certain Kepa Arrizabalaga.
And then a certain Mason Mickey Mount.
And guess what? Hit the window is my goal. Ready? Hold on. The window is the goal. That brown bar at the top of the flag is where is the crossbar.
Why don't you get a ring light, Max?
Hold on, I can't be asked for ring lights, man. Hold on. Let me just do that real quick.
And when it gets dark, how will you?
Meow. Right up there, Rose Ed. But no, seriously, it was a devastating loss, of course. 6 finals for Mason Mount, and haven't won any. You're not starting the next one.
Yeah.
But
And they're
I'm begging he gets benched in the. Well, to be fair, he started in the Club World Cup final.
I hope you get benched in the final if you even get there. I mean, you beat us to it because we fucking got knocked out by Liverpool ourselves.
That was hilarious.
I hated Zach Steffen for about a day.
He's your best backup, in my opinion.
He's probably the best backup, but why?
Why did
You're not Ederson.
Bazanu?
You're not Ederson.
Why did you sell Gavin Bazanu to Southampton?
I don't know. Good question.
Because why not?
Fair enough.
But
Money.
I would like to call them Scumhampton.
Do you know why? Money.
What do you mean?
We sold him because of money.
You have money anyway. You have money anyway.
Exactly. The more the merrier.
More
More money equals more signing. More money equals more success. Apparently.
Let's have it right. Let's have it right. Big up Minerals FC.
Anyway. But yeah, so Chelsea's season pretty normal for them, if I'm honest. The average amount of wins, average amount of losses and draws. Not really expecting a shock apart from that Arsenal game. So, I mean, I'd have loved to see them lose 6-0 again, like to City, like they did about 3 years ago. But that
what did that lead to?
But that didn't happen.
That didn't happen in the Champions League final.
All right. Yeah. Guess what? We've got Haaland. You've ripped off Sterling, mate. We've got squad depth. You haven't.
Squad depth soon, don't you?
This is why I don't like Sterling anymore. I mean, I like him still, but I just why go to Chelsea?
It's not like he moved to Man United. He was getting homesick.
Like Christian Eriksen. I'm fuming.
You're part Danish. So will you be cheering him when he plays for Denmark?
When he plays for Denmark, yeah. When he plays for Manchester United? What? No.
No, thank you.
No, thank you. Coming in. But no, I mean, I think everyone, both of you, just agreed with me saying it's pretty average season for you guys. Not really many shocks in that season. Many frustrating moments, of course, with the 2 cups being lost and the Champions League not being retained. Well, that was expected, really, the Champions League, but it happens when you put a goalkeeper on a penalty kick. But yeah, it was a very interesting season, and I will get on that. I'll have to do something. I'll have to. Wait, what's this? Was the link? Oh, it's your chat. Okay, right. I'll put that in the chat near the middle of the stream, right? Right, you can contact them if you want, Nip, and you can send a link to them.
I'm sending a few suggestions in the chat.
Because I don't think I can contact them myself, but
you can tag them.
Chris can't. I know that. Rich, I've messaged. Chloe, I haven't. I'll have to try and get those.
Yeah. Who does he support?
Nice one, Bob.
Who does he support? Wait.
Have a guess.
City.
Nope.
Arsenal.
Nope.
Liverpool.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. Valve supports Liverpool. Used to be called many fucking different names, but you know. Anyway, this actually moves me. Actually, Valve, do you want to get on? If you want to get on, Valve, then just let us know. I'll invite you on. But in the meantime, I'm going to try and get the others in.
Chelsea are trash, yeah. What about hey, Vinicius Junior? What happened to Trent in the final?
Yeah, peace out, guys. I got to drop off. Yeah, so see you guys.
I'm going to say this, seeing as Valve can't say it in chat. How? Actually, he can, because he's going to be joining. Well, I'll just put it in the chat. I can't be asked messaging you on Twitter. There's the chat. Right, let me try and get right, who are these people? Let me right, I'm gonna have to try and find these guys' socials. Hold on a minute. Unless you do that bit, Nippon. Hold on. So, oh, Daps, you had him in your channel. Hold on a minute.
Daps. You mean man MCFC Daps? Big up, man.
Right, let me try and find him. MCFC. No, I don't want to send a new message. Ass. MCFC. Is it underscore Daps? I'm confused. MCFC Daps. City till I die.
Well,
I think that's.
Might be busy. He might be busy.
Never a foul. Ah, it is him. Hello, Daps. Right.
Is he in the chat?
If you're free, you can come on to my stream from the to rep. What time are you going on till? Right, I've got someone else maybe coming on. Munzi may be coming on, depending on if he's free. I don't know whether he is, but we'll see. Right, who is right? Oliver, hello. How you doing, Oliver? I'm doing good. I'm doing good. How about yourself?
Football.
If you want to come on as well, Oliver, link is in the chat. You can represent Everton, of course. You don't have to, of course, but I mean it'll be nice for you. What do you mean? Where the link? Hold on a minute. What do you mean where the link, Valve? Right there. There's the link. Right there. Right there. If you can't see that, unlucky. Let me try and get it up on my stream, see if it comes through. Ain't the dumbest guy I dated. So the thing is, this this thumbnail that I have created, it's actually from about two seasons ago. Oh, does that work now, Felv? Is that good enough for you? Right. Let's see. I'm just.
I've invited Richard from Eagle Eye Football.
Oh, I think he might. I don't know whether he's free because I think he's doing a. I think he's doing a whatchamacallit? Watch along for the women's games.
I might have to go in a bit myself.
Right, I've sent Valve the link just so he can have a banter with you before he goes, or before you go. Sorry. So I've messaged Arj, Man United fan, messaged Daps, City fan of course, messaged Munzi and Rich. So hopefully they come on. I don't really care if they don't, but you know. Right, let me send the link to Oliver on Instagram. Valve is here. Just wait a second, Valve. Where are you, Oliver? Oliver?
Well, you come on a lot of Hussam streams, don't you?
And there is Valve Schwan.
Valve.
Hello.
He is. Oh, he's there. Okay, he had his mic mute for a second. How you doing, Valve?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm not doing too bad. Chelsea are trash. Do you want to continue that?
I mean, they're not challenging us next season. They're not challenging Liverpool City.
When did I say we would?
No, I'm just saying in general, innit? I think you man are in the top 4 race with Spurs and Arsenal.
No, do not put us and Arsenal in the same breath.
For me, it's you and Spurs is competing for third.
We have a chance of winning a trophy next season. Arsenal and Spurs. No, actually, I take that back. Arsenal don't, Spurs do.
Nah,
For the
Spurs,
first time in forever.
Spurs have the history of bottling it. I wouldn't be surprised if Arsenal win the trophy before Spurs. I'm saying Arsenal win the Europa League next season.
Nah. Man United are winning the Europa League.
Nah, I don't think so.
Okay, they've been decent over pre-season, but they're not that good.
They just signed
we laugh at me now.
They just signed a 5'9" centre back from Ajax. I know people say Cannavaro, but Cannavaro is built different, man. Like Cannavaro won Ballon d'Or. You can't compare these centre back. Him and Kunde, you can't compare these man to Cannavaro, man. It's gonna be.
What did Tengi do in pre-season then? Darwin Núñez, your savior.
I mean, he had a year and he missed open goal.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, here's the thing. I don't even care about the results in pre-season.
He was in the account. He was in Man City's B team's pockets.
Sure, yeah. I don't care. You only played like 30 minutes. So.
You're shameless. You are so shameless.
It's not shameless, Nippon. I've been through the tough times. I've been through pre-season. I don't give a damn about. I mean, I only care about the fitness, but I don't care about that result. Iago Aspas was
Premier League.
The season we lost the title, obviously the Gerrard slip. Iago Aspas was our top goal scorer in the pre-season. Ryan Brewster 2 seasons ago. Yeah, brother, I hate that guy, man. Actually, I don't hate him, but like the worst corner in his worst corner in Premier League history. Worst corner, I will never forgive him for that. But he was our top goal scorer in pre-season.
You won't forgive him for a corner.
Pardon?
You won't forgive him for a bad corner.
No. I still hate him for that, but I'm not like mad at him, like because he's not the reason we lost that title. Because there's plenty of reasons why we lost it.
Yeah, a certain number 8 slipping on the final day of the season.
No, it's not his fault.
Yes, it was.
Gerrard was the reason we were in that title race to begin with. Without him, we'll be.
He's the reason you lost it as well.
Oh yeah, Steve Gerrard slipped on his fucking ass, gave it to Demba Ba sheep. Dem sheep.
He slipped on his
sheep.
He gave it to Demba.
Dem sheep, dem sheep, dem lamb, dem sheep, dem lamb.
Where is Demba Ba now, man? Oh, he's retired, isn't it? He's
Word.
retired.
Where's Steven Gerrard now? Exactly.
I mean, he's a Premier League manager. He's doing better than what Frank Lampard ever did.
Okay, I'll give you
Hey,
that.
Velv. Hey, Velv. Here's someone else to have banter with.
Yo,
Yo, what's going on?
How's
There's
it,
a
Tony?
cop out on the phone.
What's up, Oliver?
How's everyone? You good, everyone?
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
all
I'm
good.
good.
Just having a bit of debate about Chelsea and Liverpool in the past and future, maybe.
Well, I don't have to speak
Um,
here. I don't have to speak here, so I'm just going to sit in the corner. Just watch you guys talk about tire races. Well, I'm just going to wait for
it's
my
what
turn.
Everton does. They always sit in our shadows.
Cheers, mate.
What team do you support?
Everton, mate.
Isn't it obvious?
Yeah.
No, to be honest,
Nathan-
yeah, big up Everton. How they got 50 mil for it, 60 mil for Richarlison, I never know. I will never know.
I don't know.
I mean,
we just,
they've lost him. They've lost him, but they've lost him for a decent amount of
He's
money.
not
It's
worth
like
60 mil, man. He's not
Brazilian
worth
Jared
60 mil.
Bowen, in my opinion.
tell you what, I'll give him that. He's not worth 60 million, but we did negotiate very well for him. I think we got good enough money.
He's just
And-
Brazilian Jared Bowen, in my opinion.
Was it
I mean,
60 mil with it?
60 million for Richarlison is.
Do you know they made a profit?
To be fair,
Because-
we made a massive profit. Well, I think we bought him for like 40 odd million.
It's like
Tell you what,
40 to
60 million's
50.
not bad. 60 million's not bad. But he's not worth 60 million. But he basically did keep us up. So that's part of the reason why they were worth it to.
Did you see Richarlison beefing? I think it was Rakitic in the pre-season.
What was he doing?
Yeah, so he had a fight with the guys at Sevilla.
Guys, I've got to go now.
Okay,
If you're still live in an hour, I'll come back.
All right, no worries. It's fine.
All right, later.
See you later, bro.
So I basically got two
we'll-
cop-outs with me. That's
well,
great.
we might still be live in an hour, depending on how many teams I actually get through before I get bored. Anyway, let's talk about you guys' last year's finish. Moving on from Chelsea, we'll obviously start with Velv, with Liverpool, as they are the more important club on Merseyside at the moment.
Mate,
and
do you have to
probably
bring that
will
up?
be for
Did you have to
years.
bring that up? All right, go on. Can't wait to hear this.
Yeah, Val, what were your opinions on last season as a whole? Like, not only but the position finish, but like just as a whole, really. Like, doesn't really have to be a whole essay of last season, but it's like what's your opinions on it? Like, how did it go in your eyes for you? If you're still there, maybe, and he's gone. Never mind. We'll move on to Everton.
All right.
I'm guessing that means it went shit.
No.
But no, well, let's move on to Everton then. Last season, well, the position
Right,
finish.
so I start.
Whoop.
Well, it didn't help start season. Ancelotti left. Thought that the board didn't know what they were doing. Let's face it. I think, from my opinion, if Ancelotti left, for me, I think we were done. Because look, if you look at how much money we spent over the years, and you look, he's the only manager that goes up to the top. Let's face it. Come on, like Ancelotti was the best out of the 16 managers we've had under Mashiri. So yeah, it was difficult. We brought in Rafa as well. Like he's a good. To be fair, he's a good manager back then. But let's face it, people might be a bit harsh on me because people might think Lampard didn't do a good job. Because when Rafa left, we were 16, he kept 16. Let's face it, right? This is a massive strong opinion, but I think if we kept Rafa Benitez, I think we might have gone down. And I'm not being serious. Because Rafa didn't even split the players on their opinion. He split the fans. And if you don't have the fans behind you, then the whole club is just gonna stop. and when he started losing games, the fans just went against him now. Including, I won't name some names, like Watford was horrific, 2-1 up in like the 75th minute, and somehow we can see 4 goals in 15 minutes, which was embarrassing. Other games like Liverpool was terrible. Literally, one point in the game, we got hold of the ball for like 10 seconds, and boom, Liverpool went on and scored. Seamus Coleman couldn't even control the ball to save his life that day.
Remind me of the goal scorer for me, please.
Huh?
Remind me who scored the goal, please. I just want to get some memories here.
I mean, I'm the man. This. I'm being honest here, right? Liverpool are probably the best team in Europe. Even though I hate them so much, they are probably one of the best teams in Europe. Even though they didn't win the Champions League, they're still probably one of the best teams in Europe. If you look at the other teams, yeah, Man City might be better, but let's face it, City can't win the Champions League, can they?
I'd probably say Liverpool are 3rd/4th best.
Yeah, they're one of.
I mean, City is like not better than Liverpool in terms of.
Are you talking about right now or in general?
Right now, I think, yeah.
Yeah,
I think
now
I think Real Madrid have really, because like start of the year they lost to Sheriff. Remember that? Somehow they won the Champions League.
You know what it is, Real Madrid.
That was hilarious.
That was European heritage, man. European heritage is real. There's a reason why City don't win it. They don't have European pedigree. Whilst Chelsea, Liverpool, United, Bayern, Madrid will win it because they have the European history to back it.
Yeah, I agree. Like PSG as well. Like they don't really have any like history of winning the Champions League or any European competition. They just come here with their money and just splash the cash, and they just won't work. Just like us, basically, we splash the cash and see what happens, and it just leads up to us nearly being relegated, which ain't great. We might be relegated next season with how much transfers we're doing. Jesus. But
anyway, you signed?
The only player we signed was Tarkowski, and he's like a free transfer. So it's a good signing, but it's a free transfer. So
I think he's an upgrade on Keane, 100%.
Yeah, he's more of a leader. Keane isn't a leader. Tarkowski's a leader, and we need a leader in that back. I think Lampard's going to play like a back 5, so he can play in the middle. That's a good signing we made there. But the rest of it, I don't know what we're going to do. I'm scared of what we're going to do because I don't think we have any money. I think the club's massive in debt. I heard it on the other day that they're saying that if you don't because people are not getting paid in the club. I'm being serious. Some people in Finch Farm, the training thing, they're not getting paid, and it's basically like a Bury situation or Bolton situation, or who else? Portsmouth situation. Except we might even go down next season if we don't spend money. Because at the minute we're chasing Gibbs White, and they demand like 30 million. Where's the money going to come from? Let's face it. How are we supposed to get 30 million out of our ass and just say, yeah, here's the money? There's no way. No way we're going to pay for 30 million. Anyway, tell you what, one of the highlights of last season was definitely Crystal Palace. That was just a mental game. 2-0 down at half time. Everyone's I have a season ticket at Everton, and I looked around and everyone was on their knees, thinking, yeah, we're going down. But let's face it, if the Arsenal game counted, because it didn't really count for us because we already saved, we would have lost 100%. So we might have gone down. So everyone was like, what's the point? And sometimes in football, you have these special moments that you'll never cherish in life. Because I would dread Everton being in the Championship. Because I've always believed that we will be like Europe. That's how I believed was because we were spending that much money and we're not going to make any success. I think our highest position in the Bashir is 7th. So that's just bonkers. Some moments like Demarai Gray's last minute win against Arsenal, that's a good one. Alex Iwobi's win against Newcastle, that was unbelievable. Like, everyone just lost their voice that day. And Calvert-Lewin's one as well. Absolute bonkers. But yeah, it's just been a roller coaster of emotions of a season for us. Like, middle of the season, like, absolute garbage. Like, no mentality around the squad. Losing Luca Dean, like, probably one of the best left backs since Leighton Baines. And to be fair, Mikalenko has been a fantastic sign, but let's face it, I miss Luca Dean. He's attacking art from our left back position. He's like the second most creative player in Europe at that time. I think Robertson's ahead of him, but let's face it, Digne is probably one of the best left backs, probably the most underrated left backs in the Premier League, 100%. I believe that. Of course, Mikalenko is underrated as well. I haven't heard a single person talk about Mikalenko. That shocks me, because he's really been fantastic. Like, filling that left back role. He's never been injured. Always turning up to train. Always trying to. He was supposed to be off. Don't know when everyone's come back from pre-season. He was supposed to be off because he was playing for Ukraine in the playoffs. He just came back and started doing like pull-ups, and it was just. I was just like mesmerized because he wasn't supposed to be in the training centre. He just came. He's supposed to be on vacation. No, he was stuck in the trains pitch and just working his arse out. And that's why I love an Everton player. And to be fair, Rafa Benitez didn't have that mentality. He just picked a couple of players and just say, yeah, let's play. Lampard brought that mentality back, and he brought the fans together, and that's why we stayed up. And I think that if Rafa stayed, he would have gone down, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we talked a little bit. We mentioned transfers there, so we'll move on to that. So Everton have only made one, and I'm pretty sure Liverpool have made.
Yeah,
two.
they should.
3 signings we made.
Yeah, I mean, we're after a cornet from Burnley. Even though I didn't want him in the first place, I wanted Dennis. Yeah, Dennis from Watford. I prefer him because he provides more.
He's cold.
But no, I think we're gonna get Tarkowski and Harry Gibbs-White. Nah, that's bullshit. We're not gonna get 30 million. And who we need another centre midfielder. 100% was centre midfield positions like non-existent. We got Allen and Corey and literally
Steve Allen
and Tom Davis, whose injury, like, he's still injured. I think I haven't seen him play on the pitch. So we've got 3 midfielders, all of them injury prone. But if any of them got injured in like any time of the season, we're effed. Let's face it. We need to have a centre midfielder, and the best option for us is probably either. I don't want Gibbs-White. I think Gibbs-White's a very risky one because he's playing the Championship and done well. But when Max, you're a Hull City fan, is like, have you seen like Gibbs-White? Is he actually that good? What's wrong with him?
Nah, he's all right. He's been playing well for Sheffield United, as far as I'm concerned. He played well.
So
for
he's had a
Wolves.
good loan.
He's a good player. There's no doubt in that, but he does need some work in various places.
Yeah, we need someone experienced. I don't want we need some young players and experienced young players like Conor Gallagher, which we're never going to get. One point we were thinking, oh yeah, get him on loan. But then he said, okay, now I'm going to stay in the Chelsea first team, which is fair, let's face it. But, and yeah, I think this year is about, getting some decent players in this team, in the squad, because we need some quality players. Because we got rid of Richie, we haven't spent it yet. So it's a situation of like, when are you going to spend it? And what players you're going to buy, because at the moment we're just sat there doing nothing. We need to do something. We need to send out to the Premier League that we're actually going to do something instead of sat in 16th place most of the season. We're not going to do that. We're going to get mid-table at least. We gotta get mid-table at least. Come on. Like, if we don't get mid-table and get fight for relegation again, that'd just be embarrassing. Because now we're going to be looked at as like a relegation threatened team. I hope last season was a one-off, but as I'm looking at the moment, it's looking unlikely. But you never know. We got some good quality players, I think. I forgot about Dele Alli. Yeah, Dele Alli on midfielders. Anthony Gordon, he's a brilliant talent. I think he's a very underrated player. I think Tottenham was sniffing around at one point, trying to get both him and Richie, which I thought was garbage. And hopefully he'll sign a new contract soon. John Pickford, he's England's number one. That's all I can say. DCL on his day, probably one of the best strikers in the Premier League. Dele Alli on his day, the best player in the Premier League. One of them, not best, but
Dele Alli's gone, man. He's past it.
Yeah, I agree. I think he has passed it, but on his day for Tottenham, he was unstoppable.
Yeah,
But
he's on his day, but I don't think we'll ever see that in Everton. He's just too lazy. His mindset's not there.
To be fair, I'll give Dele Alli this. Do you remember when we were losing 2-0, Crystal Palace, against Crystal Palace? Everyone was about to die. Gomez, do you remember Andre Gomez? He was dreadful. So the only midfielder we had on the bench was Dele Alli. So he brought him on. And he completely changed the game. That's why we won the game 3-2. Because you guys will be thinking, he's like a pass player. And I get that. It might be true. But there's something in him. If he just keeps performing, you never know. But it's football. He could either be back to his old days where he could just sit on the bench and just talk to Dominic Calvert-Lewin how he wants to style his hair or something. He can either do that or get on the pitch and perform. So that's the only chance he does. But I hope Dele Alli does well at Everton because we got. I don't think we got to play him though. I know it was probably going to spend 40 million on him. Stupid add-ons from Spurs, by the way. Terrible negotiating. And yeah, we need him to start playing. Other examples of good players: Tamari Gray, good, decent winger. He's a mid-table winger. Let's face it, he's not quality, but he's a good mid-table winger. On his day, he's a good player. I got, of course, Mikalenko, very good left back. Nathan Patterson, we need to start playing him quick because we're not going to play him, then what's the point of buying a right back for 12 million if we're not going to play him? And plus, he's supposed to be Seamus Coleman's replacement. So I don't know what that is, to be honest. But Seamus Coleman is probably probably Seamus Coleman. Yeah, he's probably one of the best right backs to ever play for Everton. It's how much he's committed and how much he's stayed with us the last. How long's he been there? 15 years, I think he's been with us. That's absolute. I feel like he's been. For all my life, I remember Seamus Coleman as my right back. Hopefully, he can just stay for a couple of years and just be like a dressing room player and retire here because he's a good leader, Seamus Coleman. And yeah, I think that's it. I think Decore is a good player on his day. Allen's a good player on his day. We've got some good players, but we're just not gelling. If we gel next season, easy in the table. That's what I'm saying.
Well, that was. I feel like I've just been sat here for 9 minutes just listening to you guys. Just feel like take it away. But transfers for both clubs have been quite the interesting side of things, especially with Darwin Núñez being a little bit on the shy side in front of goal lately in the first few games.
Pre-season, man. Give him time. He'll be good for us.
That's what I've been saying over Twitter. It's just give him time. Just give him time and it'll be fine. Hopefully. Hopefully for Liverpool fans, it will be.
Hopefully not for me. Anyway, move on.
Hopefully for you, you can actually do better than lower table.
Yeah.
Because at the moment, you're finished. But mean, I would say, I mean, this topic's kind of hard to discuss when Everton haven't really signed anyone. I mean, really, Liverpool haven't signed many either, so it kind of cancels out, really.
We signed 3 players, 4 if you include Jay Spearing, but
What?
Mm.
Jay
yeah,
Spearing?
Jay Spearing's back at the club. He's back at the club.
Huh? Bro, how long's it been? I haven't seen him in years.
He's
I
back
think
at the
almost,
club.
almost a decade right now. Or probably is
Jesus, man. Is he like 40 now? Bloody hell. Anyway.
So he's younger than Milner.
Whoa. Okay. Jesus, all right. Where's he actually been? I might look him up after this.
He's basically under 23 player / coach in Rome. So he's been in under 23 games.
All right. That's cool. Well, at least you have some experience in that.
Yeah,
Department.
so we basically signed Darwin Núñez to be our striker. Fabio Carvalho, we also signed. He's going to be part of the first team, and Calvin Ramsey to be our backup and challenge to Trent. So yeah, it's not like we really signed 3 significant signings. Actually, 2 significant signings. One's just a backup, but 2 are the ones that can help impact our season. Because I think Carvalho is sensational. Like, he's a talent.
Yeah, I tell you what, I've looked at his like videos and all that. He looks a very good player, but you think about it is that you never know. Like at the end of the day, it's a championship, and yeah, to be fair, I'm giving you this. I think Cavalier is going to be a good player for you. But how much money did you spend on him?
5 mil plus 2.5.
Oh, okay, all right, my bad then. Go on, carry on.
Yeah,
I thought you
5
spent
mil.
like 30 million on him. All right,
Nah,
go on, carry on.
it's cheap because he's basically a free this summer, but we don't want to do the tribunal, so we just we'll give you the money instead. It's because he was in his last year basically still, so that's why
cool.
he was cheap. Because I feel like especially when Fulham got promoted and he signed a new deal, he would be probably like 30 to 50 because he's Fulham's most important players. So I'm happy that we signed him. Even when I saw him from pre-season as well, like he's so like composed with the ball, like, dribbling, the touch. He has almost scored in his debut as well, hit the post. So yeah, I'm so happy to see this kid playing, man. Hopefully he can help us in the upcoming season. Núñez, like I know people he missed the sitter, but like English is not his first language, so he's coming in. Thiago has to have to translate to everyone what he's saying basically. Like it's only him, Firmino.
I was going to say you can't really understand many things, can you?
Yeah, but what I saw from him is good movement so far. Like he's getting into the right areas that we need. Just needs to find that. Just needs to obviously work on the finishing. But we know he's a clinical striker. He got better conversion rate than Haaland. I think got better conversion rate than Benzema. So yeah, he has it there. He just needs to keep working, grow more confident, and like don't try hard because I feel like he's trying too hard. Just be yourself in it. Just like.
Didn't Man United say that he wasn't like didn't like one of the Man United scouts say to what's his name, Eric, say don't go for him, he's rubbish. Is that true? And Man United just didn't go for him.
If they did, then Ten Hag would be pissed. Like Ten Hag literally wanted Núñez, and they didn't get him, so he's like, obviously, all right, well, I'll just go for the other targets. Like the board can't just say to Ten Hag, like, if the board is promising Ten Hag, I'll do this for you. Then they should listen to Ten Hag. Like you can't just say, oh, he's shit. Like if Ten Hag thinks he's good, Ten Hag thinks he's good, so you sign him.
Yeah, Man United are effed up, and then let's face it. Even with the new manager, they're still a bit. You never know. Man United could be good again, but I doubt it.
They're not finishing in the top 4. I'm still sticking with it.
I think they'll fight for top 4. I don't think they will get top 4. They'll fight for that.
They'll finish.
They'll fail.
They'll finish like 5th or 6th next season.
Yeah. I think Liverpool will fight for the league title again. Obviously, you guys will I think you guys like the most. I mean, Champions League final was the one that was the one that you guys should have won. Let's face it. Real Madrid had like two. I had like two attacks. One of them disallowed. One of them actually went in.
Yeah, but it's just it's a final. So
It's all about it's all about
doesn't matter
success.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
It doesn't matter like if you play well, because like usually majority of the teams that win it don't play well. And if you even look at last year's one, City were the better team. Chelsea won. Season before, PSG were the better team. Bayern won. And yeah, Spurs are Spurs, so I don't count that they're an anomaly.
Cool. Right. I'm guessing you're from like London or something. So you get like
East
fans,
London,
Spurs
yeah.
fans. Alright. Cool. As I was saying, yeah, I think that but for Liverpool this season it's about like success. Was last season everyone were thinking, oh yeah, we're gonna get with I like loads of mates who are Liverpool fans, so everyone's saying to me, oh yeah, you guys are gonna get quadruple. I don't know, we're gonna get quadruple. And you guys are gonna go down. Like, yeah, I was like, okay, we'll see at the end of the season. And let's face it, come on, Carabao Cup shouldn't be a competition. FA Cup isn't that good as it used to be. So I mean, it's a thing like Liverpool. It should be. I think it's a little really disappointing season Liverpool, but I think they had a good season, like numbers wise. It just didn't turn into trophies. But next season's gonna be massive Liverpool because they're not. Because firstly, Darwin Núñez, good. I think he could be better than like I don't know, Haaland. He could be even better than Buddy Mbappe if you think about it. But yeah, I think for Liverpool next season it's about winning everything. I don't think you guys will win everything, but I think you guys will at least get 2 to 3, or maybe even 1.
For me, it's either Prem or Champs. Neither is not a good season. I mean, it's a good season. It's a failure of the season.
Yeah, last season was a failure for you guys because you guys like dreaming about quadruple and you ended up with the Carabao Cup and the
So
FA
it's
Cup.
not about the quadruple, really. It's like a team of our standards should be winning the Premier Champions League, because we just gave Pep his 4th league title, and we can't just let Pep like get away from Klopp. Like Klopp needed that Champions League. He obviously messed it up. So yeah, we have to do it. We have to win it next season, or it's gonna look sticky for Klopp. Especially when it comes to Klopp versus Pep debates in the Premier League, it's gonna look peak for Klopp.
Plus, you guys only won the Premier League once. Like, I know Man City have been like amazing, but you guys been like competing for it, and like it's disappointing for Liverpool fans. Obviously, not disappointing for me, but Liverpool fans disappointed because you think about like Man City, their squad is just stacked. Let's face it, you got every single position they have is stacked. And let's face it, Liverpool squad, yeah, it's good, but it's not that good as Man City. So
Now here's the thing, yeah. Our goalkeeper, I think our goalkeeper is better than City's, because I feel like Palace is better than Edison and Kelleher's better than Stefan. The defense, like we're locked off. Our depth is cold. Robertson, Tsimikas, Van Dijk, Matip, Konate, Gomez, Trent, and Ramsey. Like that's a centre back. If you look at the forwards, Salah, Mane, Firmino, Jota, Carvalho, Núñez. Yeah, that's cold. The midfield is the problem. Like we have, for me, my start midfield is Thiago, Keita, and Fabinho. We know
sorry to interrupt you, but I don't think Keita is that good. As I've seen, he looks. I mean, especially in the Champions League final, I don't think he looked good at all. So
yeah, but
I think
people
overrate him.
No, it's not overrated. The thing is, no, to be honest, our fan base hates him, and I don't get it. Here's the thing: he literally came on and did better than any of our midfielders did in our whole game. Barring Thiago, Fabinho, Henderson was stinky. Keita in 2 minutes did more than Henderson in that final. I know that shot was embarrassing, but here's the thing: here's the problem. This is why I get into our fan base. Our fan base can't be just slandering players just to suit their agenda. Like for me, people are blaming Keita more than what Trent did in that final. Like Trent made a mistake,
Yeah.
he should get criticized for it, but he didn't. They just want to focus on that Keita shot. Like, I know it was a bad shot, but you're not focusing on the point on why we lost in that final because of stupid mistakes. And our fan base doesn't want to go at it because they just want to go at players to suit their agenda. The same with Keita, same with Curtis Jones. Even this season, people trying to go at Fabinho and Robertson for some reason. I'm like, I don't understand our fan base, to be honest.
Yeah, I can't stand your fan base. To be fair, I mean, Liverpool, like, I mean, what I've seen Liverpool was obviously not the enemy, but like one of your rivals. The enemy's Man United, obviously, but one of you guys that we just don't like each other. Let's face it.
Yeah.
But Liverpool, I've always thought Liverpool as like a team that I just love to win against. Like the only time I've seen us win was 2011 and 2021. Yeah, 2021, which is embarrassing. Let's face it. But Liverpool, it's always a mentality because like last 5 years, like when Klopp wasn't in, like you guys were starting losing games and all that. When Klopp came in, like as soon like the fans started to like gloat at, yeah, Klopp's gonna do everything. And I agree with them. I thought Klopp will do a good job. I didn't think he'll do that of a good of a job. I'm not lying. But yeah, let's face it, your fan base thinks that Jurgen Klopp has done like the best job that anyone has done ever in the history of like football.
No.
Let's face it.
No,
Let's face it.
bad.
Like I know, but I come from Liverpool, right? And I've seen like Liverpool fans saying, "Oh, Klopp's like the best. He's done everything, like everything. He can like take us to like he could take like Woking to like a Champions League final." And I thought, bro, look at the facts, man. Yeah, he's a good job. He's done not a good job. He's done a fantastic job. But as I've seen, Liverpool fans, I know I think I'm biased here, but that's just my perspective of it. Because I'm an Everton fan and I hate the enemy. Liverpool fans, I can't stand them, and they just think Jurgen Klopp's a god, like god of all men, you know. So I'm just been used to it. But
The narrative our fan base uses, Klopp turns water to wine. If that's the case, let's go sign Scott McTominay from Man United. Let's sign Michael Keane from Everton. Let's sign some random shit player from Hull.
you can have him. Nah, you can have him. Take him. Take him.
Bro, like it's so. It's a. I love Klopp. I love it, but here's the thing. For me, he's hard. If you look at like greatest Premier League managers of all time, he is basically fighting against Wenger. For me, I don't put him above Wenger because Wenger, what he did in the domestically is very, very underrated. Like he won 3 league titles against Alex Ferguson. Like when Alex Ferguson was at his powers, he basically won 3 of them. And that should be credited, man. Can't be disrespected. I know he said like in the interviews, like nowadays 4th is a trophy, and like he said he would trade that invincible trophy for Champions League. Yeah, I know that, but looking just Premier League alone, like what he did domestically, like you can't put that down. The conversation changes when Klopp wins another title. Like if he wins another league title, then for me he's above Wenger, so he gets into that top 5. But to surpass like managers like Jose, Mourinho, those guys, he needs to win back to back. I know he's already got back to back in the CV at Dortmund. Do it back to back in the Premier League, and then or just win like loads of trophies, loads of league titles within like the space of 5 years. Yeah, then we can have those conversations.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. I think like if you think of like Jurgen Klopp, Jurgen Klopp is I agree with you. He's probably like top 5 best Premier League managers ever, and I agree with that. And but let's face it, yeah, you've won one Premier League, you've won a Champions League, yeah, well done. Let's see you win more and we'll have that conversation. Because, yeah, well done, you've won the Carabao Cup, well done using the Premier League. Well, let's have a chat, like 2 years later, see what you've done, and then let's talk about how God and how amazing Jurgen Klopp is. Because let's face it, Jurgen Klopp has done probably like a rebuild, like a proper rebuild to Liverpool, which I respect, even though I don't want to do well. But it's mind-boggling to think that Liverpool fans, not just you, but like people I know, Liverpool fans who live in my area, think that Jurgen Klopp's like the best. Like I'm talking about the best, better than Alex Ferguson, better than bloody Trapattoni, like up there, right? And I'm just like you're having a laugh.
Klopp is not even our greatest Liverpool manager of all time. Maybe in the Premier League. Maybe Premier League era, but like all time, not better than Dalglish, not better than Bill Shankly, not better than Bob Paisley. So
yeah,
he's not there.
I think most managers that won the Champions League with you, like so Jurgen Klopp, Benitez. I don't want to say his first name because I know someone's going to say like Rafa the Agent or anything. What's his name? Bob Paisley. Yeah, I think Bob Paisley is the best out of the four. Bill Shankly as well. I think that he's the best out of the four.
Yeah, Bob Paisley, I say he's better than Ferguson because what Bob Paisley did in a short period of time, won more trophies than Ferguson in a short period of time. Like that needs to be credited a lot, man.
Yeah. But Alex Ferguson, let's face it. Come on, he's probably one of the best managers. Like probably the best manager in football. He probably is. And I think Bob Paisley is just below him because how much success Ferguson has brought to Man United before he came in. Man United were just like, I don't know, like an Aston Villa. They were just a big club, but they just didn't win a lot. So they're basically like us. Big club, didn't win a lot. He came in, won the first Premier League, won FA Cups, won League Cups, won Champions Leagues. He won a lot. And now he's got a statue outside Old Trafford. So it's a thing where Man United, I don't like Man United, but you think that Man United are probably the biggest club in England. I think they're bigger than Liverpool, personally.
I'll still put us above because the way I view club is obviously the trophies, the revenue, the fans, and that. And if you look at like European teams, if you ask like Real Madrid fans, AC Milan fans, Juventus fans, like who is the bigger club, they all say Liverpool because of the European heritage, basically, what we've got. Because I use the same debate for like Italy. Like when I ask like rival fans, who is a bigger club? Like I'll ask you right now, who's a bigger club, AC Milan or Juventus?
I think it's AC Milan. It's got to be AC Milan, hasn't it?
It'd be AC Milan because of the more European trophy. Even though Juventus have like almost double the league title of AC Milan, because of the European heritage that AC Milan holds, makes them the bigger club.
Yeah, I agree. I think Juventus. Let's face it. Yeah, they won like 10. Was it 10 league titles in a row? I think it was. That's mad. But AC Milan, 7 Champions Leagues. I don't know how many Serie A's they won. I don't want to look up.
19 Serie A's, I think.
Yeah, but yeah, they're a much bigger club than Juventus. It's basically like AC Milan, Juventus, Barcelona, Real Madrid, Liverpool, Man United, Bayern and Dortmund, Paris Saint-Germain and Marseille, I think.
PSG are not the big. I need to check this.
Yeah, but I think they've got to be up there now. PSG. They won Ligue 1 like every single year. Let's face it. I know it's like the money, but they've won it. So they've
Farmers
got to be
League.
up there.
Do you know what it is? Back in the day, it didn't even used to be a Farmers League. The only reason
Yeah.
it became a Farmers League because of the PSG money. The
And
money has
also, for the first French team to win the Champions League was Marseille.
Marseille
so-
were the first one.
They are a massive club, Marseille. And they could be bigger than PSG, but I don't know.
I'm
I might have to have a
actually gonna
debate.
look
That's another debate for another day.
Yeah.
But I don't want to get into that.
Yeah,
Um,
we'll schedule a debate for that later on. But
I'm gonna research actually. He's got the most.
it's we've been live for an hour and 11 minutes with these two talking for about 40 minutes of it. I'm gonna ask real quickly because I've got work tomorrow, so I'm gonna wrap this up by 11 o'clock at maximum. Probably 10:30, depending on what happens. But the final the two tabs at the bottom will be, well, the other one will be coming up shortly. But who is your predicted shining star for your club next season?
like a player.
Yes.
Well, for our club,
No, the coaching staff.
yeah, Pep Linders for next season.
It doesn't have to be a new transfer. Just saying.
I don't
Does
know.
it have to be from our clubs or from any other club?
Well, from your club and any other club, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
So can I just do like an Everton one, then a Premier League one?
Yep, that's how it'll work.
Okay. God, it's a tough one. That I actually don't know.
'Cause you don't have any players that'll be shining stars. You've already lost one of them.
No, I'm thinking about the Premier League. I'm getting Everton in a minute because that's like another tough one.
Everton DCL because he's the only one there.
Nah, I think DCL will do well, but I don't think he'll be the best. I think he'll at least get 16 goals this season, next season. I think it's got to be either the shining star or like the Premier League. It's got to be either from Liverpool or Man City. Let's face it. Or Chelsea, or maybe Spurs. I'm trying to think. I'm going to go a bit boring, and I've just got feet. I'm gonna go for Erling Haaland. I don't know.
I mean, that's fair enough because he probably will be a shining star. Don't mind me, I'm changing my alarm clock time, but
It might be, but I'm not sure. I think Haaland will start slow. I think he'll build up and score more goals. I think he will. Could be. It's a bit boring. I'd probably either go for two City boys of Haaland or De Bruyne. I'd probably go for Haaland.
I mean, I've said to myself it'll be Bruno Guimaraes from Newcastle.
Really? Newcastle?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Why is that?
Carvalho, I mean, he's decent, but I think Bruno, he had a good season last season at the end. Got a few vital goals for Newcastle. That one against Southampton I really liked. That was very sexy indeed. Had a little bit of spice to that game. But also I think he's a real talent in many aspects of the football pitch. So it'll be good to see some games getting under his belt. So yeah, I mean, obviously I'll obviously take. I'd say. I don't know whether he's actually been signed yet. I think we signed him. It's like Luis Alvarez or something.
Oh, Julian
an
Alvarez.
Alvarez.
He's confirmed. So he was confirmed in Jan. You just learned him.
Oh yeah, Julian Alvarez. Yeah. Yeah, he's going to be a good player, hopefully. But we'll see what happens. Valve, any thoughts on your predicted shining stars for for the season?
From my team, it'll be Harvey Elliott. I feel like last season when he started that first 3 games for me, Jurgen Klopp said he was our best player. I want to say he was the best player, but he was outstanding for us. So they got the horror injury, and there's been difficult time for him. But him coming back in pre-season, getting the assist the other day for Jordan Henderson, looking more sharp, developed his game even more. I feel it'll be a big season for him, and I feel like he'll be one of the shining stars. From the outside of the league, or not outside, outside from my team, it's actually difficult, really. Here's the thing, I think I got two, and it's from the same team. He's either Fabio Vieira from Arsenal or Zinchenko from Arsenal, if he's obviously confirmed. Because I feel like Vieira is the one I really wanted. I mean, the amount, like, I know people said, oh, he didn't play many games, but if he's playing less games and getting, like, got the top assister in the Portuguese league, that tells you something. It reminds me so much of Bernardo Silva. Like, obviously, I hate the guy, but Bernardo Silva is cold. Like, he's easily top 5 midfielders in the league. I feel like him and Odegaard fighting it out, and him, like, taking Arsenal to a new level, I think will be very good. And look at Zinchenko as well. If he does get signed, he's criminally underrated. Like, for me, when people talk about the final game of the season, obviously where Gundogan scored the brace, for me, I think Zinchenko played more of a part because that left hand side was getting that left hand side was getting cooked by Coutinho and Watkins until Zinchenko came on, changed the game for them, made them more defensively stable, and more fluent in the attack. And for me, him covering that left back position and midfield, like we see for what he does for Ukraine, scoring goals for midfield, I feel like I feel like him in our Arsenal side will be very good, and I feel like he'd be the one that can help Arsenal get that top 4. Not necessarily like challenge the league because they're a million years away from that, but like him helping them get a European trophy, Europa, and him helping them get top 4. Yeah, I feel it'll be key for them.
Yeah, to answer your question, yes, he is confirmed as in between both clubs. However, it has been stated that he cannot sign until his terms are done. So everything's complete between the club side of things and negotiations. However, he needs to discuss
Oh, it's
his
just the salary, isn't it? It's
his
just the
salary in
salary.
personal terms. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Well, the final category for the night is predicted finish for the club. So
I'll
we'll
go
start
first
with
because
you, Dolph.
uh,
Since
for-
it's going to be quite tight up top apparently, according to many fans next season. So
I'll give you two answers, one for my heart and one for my brain. My heart says we're gonna win the league, we're finishing first, we're gonna do the quadruple. My brain is saying we're just gonna miss out on the title just because we could not sign a bloody right centre midfielder. Honestly, if Jordan Henderson starts in that first game of the season, well done, City, for winning the Premier League.
For
Oliver,
us,
what about Everton? Where do you think you're going to end up?
it's
Hopefully
about
for you, it's not bottom of the league, but you know.
my heart thinks 12th, 10th. I'm gonna go for like 12th, but my brain says like 15th. So I'm gonna go in the middle. I'm gonna go for like 13th because I think that we just need stability. We need that mid-table finish. Because people might think, oh yeah, we're gonna go for European road. We're gonna go to 7th. We're gonna say, I think that's bullshit. I think we need to just go to get that mid-table next, and then the next season after, go and fight for that. And yeah, that's all I think about that. And plus, we've got some young players coming through. About the start of the season for us, it's probably going to be Nathan Patterson because I think he plus Seamus Coleman's done. So I think he'll come in more, get some more game time, and he'll perform very well for us. Plus, he's got that pace that we really need on the right hand side. So yeah, that's difficult. And yeah, I think 13th is pretty realistic. So yeah, I'm looking for 13th. I think we'll probably stay away from relegation, hopefully. But I hope we'll stay away from relegation. If we're still like fighting for relegation, like the last like 5 games of the season, I'm just I don't know what I'm gonna do. But yeah, 13th, I think.
I mean, I think it's going to be tight up top. I'm not going to lie. I do think it'll be very, very tight indeed. For top 4, though,
I've got a feeling, this might be a bit,
for some reason,
unrealistic. I've got a feeling that Chelsea will finish 5th or 6th. I don't know why.
Yes, exactly what I was going to say.
Really?
I have this feeling in my
opinion.
brain. My brain is using its intellectual cogs, and it's saying to me that Chelsea are going to finish 5th. Arsenal are going to finish 4th. United 3rd. Liverpool 2nd. City 1st.
What?
Bro, come on, man. You actually joking with us?
No,
Wait,
I'm being deadly serious.
United 3rd. United 3rd. What are you smoking, man?
Wait, you think Spurs are finishing outside top 4?
I'm not smoking anything. I'm vaping something, but that's a different story. But
Okay.
that's probably what's making me like this. And I had Jack Daniels and Coke Bot the other night, so.
Wait.
But
Spurs.
For me, I think top 6.
The only reason I say United 3rd is because improvements have been made, and even though it may be pre-season, a certain club nicknamed the Reds got absolutely smashed.
Yeah, but that don't matter because United do what United do. Now, here's the thing: they were even improving under Ole, and the players let him down. They improved under Ralph Ragnick a bit, and the same players let them down. Here's the thing: it's not going to be the manager's fault. I know the managers are good. Ten Hag is a very good manager. It's these players that are going to let him down. I'm sorry, they got Malacia, very good left back. Martinez, I don't think he's going to improve them that much. They're going to still have this. If they don't, they got Christian Eriksen. That's going to improve them in front of the goal. But I'm sorry, that the defense, it's still shaky. You still haven't got a proper right back. You still haven't got one competent centre back or an experienced centre back. You still got De Gea. He cannot distribute with the football. Very good shot stopper, but cannot distribute with the football. Malacia, who's still not proven in the Premier League. You still got McFred. You got Bruno, who's good at creating, but that's the only thing he's good at. All round game is shit. Eriksen, good signing. I think he will do very well at the club. And that front 3, oh my days. You got Rashford, Martial, and Sancho. Come on, man. Sancho's good. Sancho's going to be the best out of it. But Martial and Rashford, man. Come on, man. Beat them.
Yeah, they need a new striker. Depends if Ronaldo leaves. I think he'll probably leave.
Ronaldo is leaving.
Cristiano Ronaldo, suey. Sorry, that's it.
Fair enough. Yeah, I completely disagree with you, Max. I think Man United will do a Man United and finish 6th. I think they'll do that because you look at the expectations. Like last season, high expectations. Signed Varane, Sancho, Ronaldo. They were like on. They were going.
Just told me to turn around and say, "Oh, fuck off."
Cheers.
Sorry, that was just me watching a quick video. But there has been some transfer news involving Hull City, which I'll mention next Tuesday. But yeah.
So they had high expectations last season because they brought in Varane, Sancho, Ronaldo. Let's face it.
And what happened?
Exactly. So even if they sign like I don't know from like nowhere, some like I know Ericsson's a good signing. Malakia, what his name is.
Danish boy.
I don't know who.
who-
I don't know who he
trained
is. But yeah, they've had some good business so far. But let's face it, come on, they will not finish Champions League. That's just they need to give the manager time. Maybe next season after that, depending on what they do, they will probably will finish top 4. But at the moment, I'm sticking to my opinion. They will do better than last season. Not going to lie, because the last season was just. I'm not going to speak for last season, from their perspective. But yeah, I think they'll finish 6th. That's my. I think 5th place is Chelsea. I think Sterling's a good signing, but except that, I don't really know what to talk about them.
Sterling's going to flop. Sterling's going to flop.
And
I don't think he'll fit in that well. That's the only problem because Chelsea have too many players on that left and right hand side.
They need that creative player. If they get it, for me, Rafinha was that perfect one. Obviously, he rejected Chelsea and went to Barca. But Sterling, he'll score goals, man. He's a very good player.
yeah,
He's in his.
I agree. Yeah, I think top 4 will be 4th Spurs, 3rd Arsenal, 2nd Liverpool, Man City, top. That's me so far. Depends on what other people do. I think Arsenal have a very good season. I think they will. I think they'll massively improve. I think Spurs will have an equally good season, but Man City and Liverpool's got to be top 2. And I think City will just edge it. I think.
I have a feeling Liverpool might edge it eventually, but we'll see. I mean,
What about relegation?
I work in the morning, so I'm gonna have to leave in a second. So, we'll
I'll quickly do relegation. I'll say.
I was going to say let's do it for the moment.
I actually don't know who's in the Premier League.
I think it was Fulham, Bournemouth, and Forest. Right?
Okay, yeah, I got it here. I'm going to say Bournemouth. I don't know. They got Scott Park. Oh, I don't know.
I think Bournemouth will go down. I think Fulham will go down. And I think Southampton as well.
Southampton made some serious, Southampton made some serious signings.
Me and Oliver have got the same mind in the sense of
I know, except Man United.
Everyone says something.
Yeah.
Look, literally. Wait, let me ask
I
you.
was going to say Everton, but I was
Everton. Come on, man! Don't even get us that situation, man.
Name 3.
You were there last year, you bastards.
You man, name 3 worst managers in the league.
First is Marco Silva. Second is Scott Parker, and third. Who's third? Is that a Hasenhüttl or?
No, it's not Hasenhüttl, man. Hasenhüttl has so much credit in the bank.
If someone says Lampard, I might cry.
It is Lampard, man. Come on, man.
It is not Lampard, man. Come on.
It is Lampard, but he's not going to get relegated. I'll be real. He's not going to get relegated. For me,
no. We'll see at the end of the season.
It's a sticky one, man. I actually don't know. This is going to be. I think this will be closer to last year's as well. Oh my days!
I think Brentford will have a good chance of going down, but I think they'll just stay up.
No, I think Brentford, Fulham. Even though I don't want to, I like Fulham. I don't mind Fulham.
I don't like Fulham.
Fulham, Brentford will get relegated. Ooh, and I will say Leeds.
Leeds. Ooh.
The reason I say Leeds, they lost Rafinha, they lost Phillips, their 2 best players. Their defense hasn't improved, and they're going to start Meslier, who's the worst keeper I've ever seen in my life.
I'll tell you what. I agree with how much sales are done. I think Rafinha. I think they had to sell him. Let's face it. And Phillips, like that's a horrific loss for Leeds. But I think I just got a feeling that it'll be just about the same what happened to us last season. The fans will be behind them always, even with the bad times, because they've got fantastic supporters. And they will get that team over the line. I think they'll finish around 16th or 15th. Well, that's what I think.
The only way Leeds stay up is literally destroy, like, get rid of the whole back line, get rid of the goalkeeper, just change it. Change the whole
Well,
back line.
their
Like,
attack's not that bad. Their attack's not that bad, is it?
No, their attack is very good. I like Jack Harrison. I think he's a quality player.
Yeah.
Doesn't get the
Not sure about
respect.
Bamford. I think Bamford's a bit
Bamford.
Bamford's a B-Tech DCL for me.
I don't think he's he's a C-Tech, man. I don't know what he is so, like, I don't get the player. Like, he's a weird player. Like, that backline is not good for me. Here's the thing. If they don't improve that backline, they get relegated, because I can't see them, like, keeping conceding, like, cause bear in mind, Meslier conceded like 60 goals plus.
I think you're being a bit harsh on Meslier, because I think he's like 21, 22. He's still got loads of room to grow.
I know it's 21, but he's not doing this. Like, here's the thing, like, if you look at him, bro, he needs to go gym. Like, it's not me being rude. Like if you look at him, yeah, like the goals he conceded, yeah, it's just him not getting a strong enough hand. Like, I'm sorry, like, if you want to be a Premier League goalkeeper, if you want to be the top goalkeeper, then you have to put some muscle. But like, don't do Carriers, don't do what Carriers does. Like, Carriers has got mental with his bodybuilding. Like, just get to like a decent body shape, not decent. Like, a comfortable way that you can easily save those shots. Like, get more stronger, man. Like, because if you're gonna keep conceding those goals because you're not working, you're not building your strength, then I'm sorry, man. That's gonna help. You're gonna be one of the reasons why Leeds get relegated. Like, am I wrong? Because like, look at the goals he conceded.
I mean, to be fair, he does look like a stick man. Let's face it. He looks like he just waddles around with his arms out and his legs out, just stomping around. But I think he's only like 20, and he's just been thrown into a Leeds team that are like awful defensively.
He's had 2 seasons now, and for me, he needs. Like, here's what I'll give you back. Kelleher, when Kelleher first made his breakthrough, I want to say breakthrough, but like, I'll use breakthrough for the system. Like, if I showed you like 2 pictures of him, his first season and second season, you're like, whoa, he looks different. That first season he was skinny, and then the second season he didn't build much weight, but he built like good muscle, and then that's why he's able to save like shots. Because that season he conceded like 5-7 goals in 2 games. Well, the next season he only conceded like 2 and 1, and keep clean sheets. Like, he kept like 3 clean sheets in a row back to back in his debut as well. So it's good for him.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I think Meslier can be a very good keeper. As you say, he needs to get in the gym and start doing some workouts. Because at the moment he looks like a sick man. And it's not just him. Let's face it, I don't know who all their backline is, like Koch, I think his name is. Struijk.
It's a different pronunciation, but we're not gonna say it because
I'm just gonna call him Koch because that's how it's said in his name. So I'm just gonna call him Koch. And
I'm sorry, 18.
Yeah, listen. These defenders are not Premier League quality. They need a centre back desperately. I think they've got that Christensen guy from RB Salzburg. I swear to God, they're getting like every single Red Bull player.
Oh, they did the Salzburg. Oh, because of the partnership with Jesse Marsch with the Red Bull. Obviously, when
the one I'm excited about for Leeds is Brendan Aronson. I think he looks a very good player. I think he could be like a reason why Leeds can be stable next season or this season, whatever it is. But yeah, I think Leeds will stay up. I've always liked Leeds. I've always liked them as a club. I think their fans are next level.
I only like Leeds when they had Bielsa, because Bielsa made our lives so much easier. Just playing a highlight, giving us 3 goals, Like his
Yeah.
he's their goal
Literally.
difference FC.
Yeah. To be fair, I think we played Leeds at one point. We smashed them 3-0, and literally,
We smashed them
their attack was non-existent. Like basically, they brung off Rafinha at half time. I think they were 2-0 down. Like they're probably their best player. They brought on like Tyler Roberts. I just thought, like, what are you doing? At the moment, but I was thinking, yeah, we're gonna win this now because they've basically got no attack. So I'm like, yeah, we're gonna win this. So we won 3-0. Leeds United are that day was so pointless. It didn't look like they wanted to play. And that's the thing that needs to improve on. They need to think of like how they can not get in the situation again. I think Jesse March is a good manager. I think he can be a good manager, but I've been him on before with other managers, not naming names, Marcus Silva. But I think personally, I think Jesse March will do a good job. I think Leeds will get 15th, 16th because they won't be going down. Leeds are. I know they've been out the top flight for a long time, but Leeds are a massive club. They are, and I'd tell you what, if last season when it was like Burnley against Leeds for like the job, I would have preferred Burnley to go down because one, I hate Brexit football, especially playing against Everton, and two, I just like Leeds. Don't know why. So I'm glad they're still in the Premier League, and I'm glad Leeds went down. Burnley, sorry, I'm glad Burnley went down. But yeah, I think Leeds will stay up. I think it'll be Fulham, Bournemouth, Southampton in that order. I think Fulham will just be dreadful. They'll just be the good old Fulham, and not hit them and
I
no one
want to see Fulham, Bournemouth, Brentford. No reason at
Do you know
all.
what? I was gonna back Fulham and they signed Nico Williams and get these
Their
players.
manager,
but
man,
they got-
Marcus Silva's not Premier League quality. He's
No,
not good
no,
enough in the
it's
Premier
so
League. I think they've got to sack him even if they go like 5 games without a win. They've got.
I will
to go
never
really
forgive him
get
what he
someone.
did. I will never forgive him what he did to Moise Keane, man. Like I like Moise Keane from Juventus, and he ruined it.
To be fair, lad, I'll give you this. Like Marcus Silva, like he is a terrible coach. He's not even a terrible coach. He's a terrible manager as well. But I've got this mentality thing where Moise Keane thought he was bigger than the club. That's why I want to say, yeah, just get the 20 million from Juventus and go. Because he thought he was bigger than the club. In my eyes, he thought, yeah, I'm bigger than this whole football club. This is a small club and all that. He's not bigger than the football club. He's a player that has underperformed and cannot score goals. That's who he is. He's not a star. He's like an idiot that goes on parties during lockdown and like start doing like things on Snapchat, which I've
Yeah,
heard.
he's a very young player, but I don't think he's.
Yeah, but it's mentality, especially for an Everton player. If they're like, if he at Everton, we like expect some loyalty, and Moise Keane didn't give a crap about history. Didn't give a crap about the loyalty that we have for this football club. And let's face it, man. Yeah, he got left out on the bench sometimes, but he got paid like so much money, and he didn't. I think he didn't give one. He got paid money. That's all for him. So I think that mentality really, the mentality really got me with Moise Keane. I just didn't like him after that.
Oh, fair enough. I know we had some issue with Balotelli when he came. I don't want to mention on stream, but like, he didn't give a shit about us.
No, he basically Moise Keane. He just went in the dressing room, got a cake. Didn't even listen. Can I tell you what? One time, I followed his like Instagram, then I unfollowed it because he went to Juventus. But anyway, after I think we lost to who did we lose to? I think we lost to Leicester 2-1. It was one of Marcus Silva's last games. He took a picture of his. I think he took a picture of his car in his car the day after, and I was like, bruv, have some responsibility. we were in like a relegation battle at the time. It's like, bro, get out your car, play some football, like, and start scoring goals. And I think he only cared about the money. And sadly, I think he's a waste of talent. So that's all I think about him.
It's just happening here.
And plus, I think that people like Moise Kean, I mean, he did well at PSG, but it's just the same thing again. He doesn't have the right mentality. And especially for Everton Football Club, if you don't love the club straight away, you're going to be hated. Especially where Rafa Benitez was. He didn't like the club. He only liked the city. He loved the city, but he didn't like the club. Van Lampard didn't mind the city, but he loves the club. That's why I think he's not the worst manager in the Premier League. I think he brought that togetherness to the team and kept us up. That's all I think he can do.
Yeah, I feel like
That's another topic.
it's also that your team was far too good to go down. If you look at the players you had, like majority.
To be honest, sorry to interrupt you, but I think that we were too good to go down. Our quality was good, but there was no leadership in that team. And if you don't have any leaders in a team, I know Seamus Coleman was a bit of a leader, but he wasn't like one of these people where they can shout in the dressing room. But we didn't have any like players that can stood up, and Van Lampard brought that to the team, and that's why we stayed up. And we had some injury-prone players at the time. Yerry Mina, he's injured every week. Oh yeah, I'm fit. So next week, oh yeah, I've got this like toe injury. I'm out for like a month now. So you got some quality players. You're right. I don't think we were too good to go down. I think after after Liverpool game where we lost 2-0, I wouldn't be surprised if we went down because there was no like care in that team. The only two players I thought that cared in that team at that time was Richarlison and Anthony Gordon. That's all. Because they ran around, and actually Alex Iwobi as well. Alex Iwobi has had his career skyrocketed under Van Lampard. He's like a different player. He now plays as centre midfielder. He's a very, very good. He's not a very good player, but you can rely on him if playing midfield. He can play anywhere, but he's not going to win.
That will do a job. Like he won't do anything shit. He'll just do the job, and that job will be good for you.
Yeah, because I have family who used to hate Alex Iwobi because we played him on the wings back when we had Marco Silva and Ancelotti and Benitez. He did fuck all. And when you play him like the wing back or midfield, he's a different player. It's basically like Joel Linton. Like at striker, he does absolutely nothing. But when you put him into the midfield, he starts like turning into prime Xavi. So again, it's one of these things where he changed people's position and they come get it. And Alex Iwobi, he runs around like that's why I love from Alex Iwobi. He keeps running around. His stamina is so good. And that's why I like about Alex Iwobi. He never stops running. Keeps looking at that ball, runs after the ball, never gives up. And that's an Everton player. Even though he's not that good.
Right. Well, we're an hour 45 into this. Well, an hour 44. So, we've covered everything with these two, and probably mainly Oliver at this point. Talking a lot. So that's. I mean, hey, look, entertainment. But yeah, I am going to finish it up here. I'm going to wrap it up as Tiger needs to sleep before work in the morning, as I have to go up at 5:45. So, yay. So around 7 hours from now. So, yeah, I'm going to wrap it up. You can find Oliver on his Instagram, mad_mac1878, as it says there. And then Velve on Twitter, @Vel_skills. And you can find me on the three names below. Well, 2 of them below, realistically, because there's only one that you don't really need to know unless you're new to this channel. So, of course, YouTube. That is my Twitter at @THC_official. And then my Instagram, I've got to get used to this whole fucking shit. And then Instagram, MaxTagHDOfficial. Follow me there. You'll get regular updates, hopefully, on when streams will be. Championship Roundup show will be tomorrow afternoon around 7 o'clock. Well, tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock. Monday will be League One and League Two season roundup, and then on Tuesday it will be Tigers Talk episode 12 as it returns for the 2022-23 season, as we kick it off with a friendly that I thought we had a lot of seats taken up from, but turns out we don't, because the stadium was red on the ticket pricing, yet when I went on it tonight, it was green. So I'm a little confused, but it doesn't matter. We'll talk about that next time. But yeah, so Tigers Talk will return on Tuesday next week when it's supposed to be 41 degrees. Fun. But yeah, tomorrow will be Championship Roundup, Championship Season Roundup show. Then it'll be League One and League Two on Monday, and then Tigers Talk on Tuesday. So I really hope you have enjoyed this Premier League Roundup show. Thank you both for coming on. Thank you to Nippon as well. Unfortunately, I couldn't get many others on. G-Wolf, I couldn't get on. He was he's not been in the right frame of mind lately. He's been a little bit iffy, so we've had to lose that out. But he'll be on the next one whenever that may be. But thank you all for watching. Please make sure you do like, subscribe, and turn the notification bell on so you never miss an upload or stream. Vlogs will be coming back next season for Hull City. There won't be one for the Leicester game next week, unfortunately. But I tell you what, there will be a couple, many vlogs that I can when I go to a Hull game. So I'll see you tomorrow for the Championship Roundup show. But until then, thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, turn the bell on, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.